Dear friends, let's take a question from time and distance. Okay, so question goes like this. There's a high-speed train and it takes X hours to travel the Z miles from town A to town B. Okay, so let me draw the information there so that it becomes more clear. So let's say there are two towns. It's given that there are two towns A to B. Okay, now there is a high speed train which takes X hours to travel the Z miles from town A to town B. So the entire distance between town A and town B is Z miles according to question. Okay, now the high speed train takes X hours to travel the Z miles. Okay, so let me write it as high speed train takes X hours to travel from A to B, something like that. Okay, now let's go to the question. While it takes the regular train Y hours to travel the same distance at a constant rate. Okay, so there is a regular train which takes Y hours to travel the same distance. Okay, now if the high speed train leaves town A for town B at the same time that the regular train leaves town B for town A, so what is happening here? The high speed train is going for town A to town B, and then this regular train is going to town A from town B. Now both of them start at the same time. Okay, both of them are starting at the exact same time. Alright, so how many more miles will the high speed train have traveled than the regular train when the two trains pass each other? I know this looks a bit complicated, so let's just look at the keyword. When the two trains pass each other. Now this is the key thing here. So even before we go for that, let us first figure out couple of essential things. So first we need to know the speed. Okay, so what will be the speed of the high speed train? So high speed train's speed will be, because it travels Z miles in X hours, it will be Z by X miles per hour, right? And the speed of the regular train, since it travels Z miles in Y hours, its speed is going to be Z by Y miles per hour, and definitely the speed of high speed train is going to be more. Okay, so this speed Z by X is going to be more than Z by Y. Alright, now we have figured out their speeds. So we have to now first find out after how many hours both the trains are going to pass each other. That means there will be a point somewhere in between. This train starts from here, this train starts from here, and they will meet somewhere. Let me call this point M. So at this point they will be passing each other. So we have to find out that point where they are going to meet each other. Okay, so what is going on here? Since both of them are traveling opposite direction. Okay, so since they are traveling in opposite direction, the total distance traveled by them is going to be, so let me write it like this: time taken to meet at point M. Now what happens? Together they are, when they meet here, so together they are going to travel Z miles, right? They are coming from opposite directions, so together they are going to travel Z miles. But since they are traveling opposite direction, their speeds are going to be added here. Okay, so what will be the speed? So it will be the speed Z by X plus Z by Y. You are going to add their speeds there, right? So this is what? Distance divided by speed, and this will give you the time taken. So it will give you the total time taken for them to meet, right, at this point. So let us see what much, and definitely both of them, that means the high speed train, it will take the same time to high speed train to travel from A to M as that of to regular train to travel from B to M. Okay, so when they meet each other, they would have traveled for the same amount of time, right? So this time represents that. So let me write it over here. So what is the time taken for them to meet each other? So let me just simplify this one. So this becomes z divided by z by x. So I can solve it as zy plus zx divided by xy. Alright. So now x will go up. So this will become xy z divided by zy plus zx. Now I can cancel the z out. So I will be left with xy divided by x plus y. So this is the time taken by each of the train to reach M. Okay, and this is quite crucial. If you can solve this much, you can almost solve the entire question quite easily. Now what is asked in the question? Question is asked that how many more miles will the high speed train have traveled than the regular train, because high speed train speeds is more. So now this is the time taken by each of them to travel up to M at the point where they pass each other. Okay, so how much miles by then high speed train would have covered? So distance covered by high speed train is going to be, how do you calculate distance? It's time multiplied by speed. So what is the speed here? Speed is z by x of the high speed train into time. So time that we just got is x plus y. Okay. Similarly, distance traveled by regular train to reach M from B, it is going to be speed, which is zy into xy by x plus y. Clear? Now what is asked in the question? In the question you are asked the difference between these two. Okay, so what is going to be the difference? The difference is going to be this. Clearly distance traveled by high speed train is more than distance traveled by regular train. So this is going to be z by x into xy by x plus y minus z by y into xy x plus y. Okay, now I can take this xy x plus y as common, so xy upon x plus y, it is going to stay the same. Now we have z by x minus z by y, right? Let's simplify it quickly. So you will get xy by x plus y, and this will be here zy minus zx by zy minus zx divided by xy. Now xy and xy gets cancelled out. You can also take the z common, so you will be left with z into y minus x divided by x plus y. So you see, if you know this key concept, you will actually quite easily be able to solve this question. Now which option gives you this answer? So this option A. You see there is one more option x, but this option contains x minus y, this is y minus x, and this is the actually answer. This cannot be your answer, so be very careful there. So if you know this concept, okay, the two train pass each other, this is a very important concept. So if you can solve this much, you can actually quite easily solve this question. So I hope this helped. Thank you.